He didn't laugh. Never once was he seen smiling. Even his statue frowned in his stead. Senusret III, a pharaoh with merciless features and narrow eyes, as if watching everything and approving of nothing in an era filled with royal smiles. He chose to be the exception, to rule by fear, not love, by strength, not words. His face wasn't just a statue, it was a declaration. I am the king, and it shall not be recorded in history that I smiled. And those harsh features had a story that began before the crown, when the land was boiling from within. Born into the 12th dynasty, a time when Egypt was strong, yet danger lurked. From the south, the land of Nubia was stirring, and from within, the people no longer feared the kings as they once did. Senusret III didn't wait. He didn't just inherit the throne, he inherited anxiety. As soon as he sat, he began tearing down walls and rebuilding them. He abolished the powers of local governors and redistributed influence. He struck down the nobles and silenced the priests, as if saying, I will not be a shadow to anyone. But the South would not remain silent for long. Of all he did, his wars in the South remain the most ferocious. Nubia was gold and danger, and Senusret would not accept danger on his kingdom's borders. He led the armies himself, leaving behind a chain of forts and strongholds. He inscribed his name on every stone and carved his image, trampling enemies underfoot. In one of the campaigns, he ordered it inscribed, no Nubian shall dare to cross, neither walking nor swimming. These weren't just battles, they were messages written with swords and sealed with fear. But his wars weren't only on the sands, but against the very institutions of the state itself. But his strength wasn't only in wars, it was in his ability to change the very structure of the state. He curtailed the power of the provinces and unified the country under a single fist. He made himself an eye that never slept, or an ear that heard everything said. Even tombs were no longer free. Whoever wished to be buried had to inscribe praise for the king on his tomb, as if one could only rest in the afterlife with his approval. And here, the unanswerable question repeats, was he loved? Did the people love him? We don't know. Did they fear him? Yes. Did he serve Egypt? Certainly. Senusret wasn't kind, nor a poet, nor just in the traditional sense, but he stopped the bleeding, restored the state's prestige, and built a foundation for what would come after him. He was like a sword, unloved, but used. When words become futile, and perhaps what remains most of him wasn't his decisions, but his face. When you look at Senusret's statues, you don't see glory, but a frown, lips pressed tight, forehead tense, gaze sharp, as if still passing judgment. These weren't statues for decoration, but messages in stone. He whom you see now did not smile while on the throne, and he will not allow you, sir, to smile as you look upon him. And yet, despite all this silence, his name did not disappear. Despite everything, he didn't leave behind a massive shrine, nor a temple to rival Abu Simbel, but he left a deeper legacy, an idea that a king need not be loved, but feared. That silence can be more eloquent than 100 speeches, and that history sometimes isn't written by words, but by faces that do not smile. And so, in ancient Egypt, the frown was sometimes the official language.